may be the biggest political comeback in modern American history.
This was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time.
Donald Trump heading back to the White House after a year of dramatic highs and lows. The former president locking up the Republican nomination with ease back in March. Then along the way to Election Day, battling 2 federal legal cases and a conviction in New York for falsifying business records in an attempt to cover up a hush money payment.
That is 34 felony counts here, all guilty verdicts.
Trump's supporters undeterred, believing he could best tackle the economy and immigration.
I'm the only one in history who got indicted and my numbers went up.
Initially set for a rematch against President Joe Biden.
I'm still the only person to ever beat Donald Trump.
They made history as the oldest major party presidential candidates ever in an American election, a concern for voters as whispers about Biden's mental fitness grew louder.
The special counsel referred to the president as a, quote, sympathetic, well-meaning, and elderly man with a poor memory.
My memory is fine.
That first debate in June setting off 3 weeks of unprecedented political upheaval.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
This night got off to a tough start for President Biden.
I think it's a legitimate question to say, is this an episode or is this a condition?
Calls for Biden to end his re-election campaign sidelined by an unthinkable twist.
Take a look at what happened.
The 45th president of the United States injured but alive.
All of this unfolding with Republicans now gathering to officially nominate Donald Trump at their convention.
With his ear bandaged, the former president accepting the nomination 2 days after the attempt on his life.
I stand before you in this arena only by the grace of Almighty God.
That same week, Biden testing positive for COVID.
News broke of different Democratic leaders calling for the president to step aside.
My fellow Americans.
Days later, the president ending his re-election bid.
I revere this office, but I love my country more.
Endorsing his vice president, Kamala Harris, and upending the race with just over 100 days until the election.
We choose freedom.
Harris campaigning on the issues of abortion rights and protecting democracy.
Ours is a fight for the future.
Trump pivoting to his new opponent.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
A convention coronation in August.
I accept your nomination to be president of the United States of America.
Trump and Harris meeting for the first time in their only debate.
I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else.
The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
The dangers of our nation's divisiveness still on display.
The FBI says there has been another possible attempt on former President Trump's life.
By fall, the critical battleground blitz.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
I think the bigger problem is the enemy from within.
Polls suggesting a razor-thin margin, the candidates bringing out big names. Podcast interviews taking center stage, with both Harris and Trump taking to the mics. And on election night,
these aren't the trend lines that Democrats are going to want to see.
A decisive victory. We are now projecting that the next president of the United States is Donald Trump.
The 45th president of the United States will become the 47th president of the United States.
The electoral map a sea of red. The president-elect sweeping every battleground state.
Trump is overperforming. Harris is underperforming the counties she needs to win.
Trump's win fueled by increased support from women, independents, Latino and black voters, becoming the first Republican to win the popular vote since 2004.
In New York City, Trump has posted a 15-point gain from the last time around.
The GOP taking total control of Washington, ousting Democrats to secure a 3-seat majority in the Senate and keeping control of the House. An election year like no other, and one we won't soon forget. Kate Snow, NBC News.